Hello, konnichiwa, I'm Sakura. The Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Arc movie has finally dropped here in Japan. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting forever for this day. As someone who's obsessed with Demon Slayer, it's your girl Sakura by the way, I absolutely had to watch it the very first day it came out, July 18th. So today, I'm gonna break down the differences between the original manga and the movie, and of course, give you all my honest thoughts and reactions. Trust me, if you stick around until the end of this video before going to see the movie, you'll definitely enjoy it 120% more. I'm also covering how far the story goes in this first part of the new trilogy, and even pointing out some exclusive movie original scenes you won't find anywhere else. If you're hyped, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our anime fam. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Alright everyone, first things first. The movie followed the manga storyline almost perfectly. The subtitle for part 1 was Akaza Return, so naturally everyone, including myself, was super curious about Douma. Like, would the movie even cover the epic battle between Douma and Shinobu? Well, good news guys. Yes, it totally did. The movie kicks off exactly from the end of the Hashira training arc, right when the Demon Slayer corpse is suddenly dragged into the Infinity Castle. Then, the film cleverly inserts a brief flashback from chapter 139 of the manga, showing our beloved Demon Slayer members plunging down into the Infinity Castle. At the exact same moment, we get the opening theme song by Aima, and let me tell you, it's epic. The song itself is subtle, almost like background music, so it doesn't overshadow the insanely high-quality visuals of the Infinity Castle itself. And guys, the scene where Hashira and lower-ranked Demon Slayers were falling through the Infinity Castle, the camera angles were so stunningly done, it legit felt like I was right there, falling through the castle myself. I was literally blown away. Throughout the movie, there are some awesome original anime-only fight scenes featuring the lower-ranked Demon Slayers. There's this particularly cool sequence where Gyome and Michiro are rushing through the castle, hunting for the upper moons. And in this scene, we get to see those lower-ranked Demon Slayers stepping up and bravely fighting demons to support the Hashira. These original scenes were super effective. They brilliantly highlighted just how intense and incredible the Hashira's battles really are, while simultaneously giving us, the audience, a nice little breather between all the epic action. And oh my gosh, can we talk about Murata for a sec? He was so adorable. Alright guys, let's talk about the first big fight scene of the movie, Douma vs Shinobu. This fight started pretty early in the film, and personally, this was one of my absolute favorite battles in the entire Infinity Castle arc. So, you can just imagine how insanely excited I was seeing this epic showdown finally come to life. In the movie, Douma's lair is depicted as a massive, gorgeous castle surrounded by water lilies. This breathtaking setting wasn't actually in the manga, so it's definitely one of the movie's standout highlights. Shinobu slowly climbs these beautiful long stairs of the water-encircled castle, carefully exploring inside. Then, just like in the manga, she comes face to face with Douma as he's casually devouring someone. And yes, Douma's performance was perfectly infuriating, capturing that same mocking, sarcastic tone from the original manga. Seriously, the voice acting was absolutely spot on. By the way, side note, the moment Shinobu and Doma faced off, a lot of audience members around me started bawling their eyes out. Honestly, knowing what's coming next, I totally get why. It hits hard. The fight itself faithfully recreated the manga scenes with incredible care and detail. Shinobu's iconic insect breathing techniques looked amazing. Each move incorporated insect-like effects whenever she unleashed them, making the whole scene beautifully mesmerizing. For example, when she used Dance of the Bee Sting, a visual effect showing a bee stabbing forward perfectly mirrored Shinobu's movements. Honestly, it was so epic. I literally can't wait for you guys to see it too. As for the emotional flashbacks between Shinobu and her sister, Kanai, I initially thought they'd add some anime original moments here, but nope, they stayed true to the manga. However, when Shinobu got seriously injured, With her ribs and lungs sliced, nearly giving up, the emotional moment of Kanai encouraging Shinobu to get back up was depicted even more beautifully and vividly than in the manga. It was so moving. And if you're a Kanai fan, let me tell you, Kanai gets a lot of screen time here, so get hyped. And let's not forget Shinobu's ultimate move. Centipede, 100-legged zigzag. Oh my gosh, this move was way flashier and more dramatic than in the manga. The scene where she stabs Douma looked absolutely insane. I had goosebumps. All of this covers up to volume 16 of the manga and leads directly into the unforgettable chapter 143. Trust me, the shock and emotion we felt back when this chapter first came out, that all gets perfectly recreated in this first movie installment. Next up was another major highlight, Kaigaku vs Zenitsu. And OMG guys, let me tell you, Zenitsu fighting while fully awake was insanely cool. Seriously, I was screaming inside. The fight scenes between Kaigaku and Zenitsu themselves were obviously epic, but what stuck with me the most were the flashbacks. The movie added some beautifully emotional scenes, like the moment where Kaigaku and Zenitsu received their matching Haori jackets. These original additions really deepened the complicated emotions they felt toward each other. I absolutely loved how carefully this was portrayed. But in terms of the actual fight duration, it stayed quite close to the manga and wasn't super long. It ended exactly as it did originally, with Zenitsu unleashing his own original breathing form to defeat Kaigaku. The final move especially was breathtaking. The lightning effects here were incredible. I literally got chills and almost cried at how stunning it looked. And right after their battle ended, there was this amazing symbolic moment. Yushiro came to rescue Zenitsu and carried him upwards toward the upper floors of Infinity Castle, while Kaigaku fell down alone into the darkness below. This powerful contrast visually summed up their opposing life choices perfectly. Honestly, this scene was already beautiful in the manga, but seeing it animated made that contrast even more powerful and touching. Zenitsu finally facing and overcoming his past was truly satisfying. I'm so proud of our boy Zenitsu for finally letting go and moving forward. And now, we reach the absolute climax of this first installment, the long-awaited Akaza battle. Guys, first off, the battleground itself got an insane upgrade from anything we've seen so far in the Demon Slayer anime or the original manga. Suddenly, this massive water dragon appears, bursting forth like some kind of obelisk, marking the epic beginning of the Akaza fight. Like seriously, my jaw dropped right there. In the original manga, their fight took place in traditional Japanese rooms and corridors, but in this film, they even created an entire town reminiscent of Kyoto as a battleground, which made the whole atmosphere super dynamic and visually stunning. The fight choreography was beyond amazing. Tanjiro, Giyu, and Akaza sprinting across rooftops and rooms, moving at lightning-fast speeds, was just so intense. It took the action to a completely different level. Especially Giyu's water-breathing moves. These effects were truly breathtaking. Every technique felt refined, visually showcasing Giyu's incredible skills as a Hashira. You literally couldn't blink or you'd miss something epic. The scene where Giyu activates his Demon Slayer mark, and the subsequent fight with Akaza once he powers up, was filled with awesome anime original details and stunning visuals. You seriously cannot look away for even a second. Also, since Akaza's fighting style was inspired by fireworks, there were countless beautiful firework-like effects lighting up the Infinity Castle during this battle. Honestly, it was artistic perfection. Now, as the battle progresses, just like in the manga, we dive deeply into Akaza's tragic past, his heartbreaking memories from his time as a human. Guys, Akaza's backstory is hands down one of the most emotional and heartbreaking parts in the entire Demon Slayer series, so I was really curious how they'd portray it in the film. And the result? I honestly can't even express how beautiful yet devastating these scenes were. The visuals and storytelling went far beyond my expectations. I legit couldn't stop crying. It totally destroyed me emotionally in the best way possible. In the flashback sequences, the story of Akaza's human life as Hakuji was depicted, so thoughtfully and beautifully. Especially memorable were the tender moments between Hakuji and Koyuki, which the movie expanded upon with gorgeous additional details. Their conversations and interactions, slowly growing closer as he cared for her illness and they gradually fell in love, felt so emotional and delicate, almost like something straight out of a shoujo manga. I literally wanted these peaceful, sweet moments to last forever. But then, just when you wished their happiness could continue forever, came the heartbreaking tragedy. Koyuki and their master lose their lives. Seeing Hakuji's overwhelming despair and how it ultimately leads to him becoming the demon, Akaza, was devastatingly powerful. Even though I already knew the story from the manga, seeing it animated like this hit me right in the feels. I honestly couldn't hold back my tears. This emotional climax concluded beautifully with the original manga scene, Akaza and Koyuki having their heartfelt final conversation together. Just thinking about it still gets me emotional. Finally, the movie wrapped up exactly where chapter 157 from the manga does, with Kokushibo and Douma realizing Akaza's death. But there was also one special anime original edition. At the very end, we get a new chilling, memorable line from Muzan himself, making the cliffhanger even more intense and powerful. And that was my review and breakdown of Demon Slayer's Infinity Castle Arc Part 1. Guys, this film was a solid 2.5 hours long, but honestly, it flew by in a heartbeat thanks to the amazing quality of every scene. The balance between epic, eye-popping fight sequences and emotional flashback stories was absolutely perfect, totally faithful to the manga, and kept me on the edge of my seat from start to finish. Oh, and the special bonus gift for theater goers was super cool too. A beautifully designed illustration stand made from a traditional Japanese paper-like material. It looked awesome. And for the special character card, I got Genya, though, if I'm being honest, I was kinda hoping for Panau, haha. From now on, I'll be sharing more behind-the-scenes info and diving deeper into those exclusive movie original scenes right here on this channel. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all things anime with me. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you again soon. Bye bye!